My biggest mistake on Spotify in the last 2 years was this. I got a feature on a song, which was the right thing to do, that had hundreds of thousands of monthly listeners, but the way I set up the song inside of DistroKid, I didn't set them up as a primary artist. I set them up only as a featured artist. Oh my gosh. And so what happened is once I scheduled the song for release, I emailed the artist. I'm like, hey man, it's in my Spotify dashboard. I just pitched it. Can you pitch it to your fans as well too, so that the release radar gets tracked? And so what they would do is they log into their artist.spotify.com dashboard, your Spotify artist dashboard, and in upcoming, it'll show that you have a new song coming out, and you can pitch that song to the Spotify curators so that you give it a chance on getting on an editorial playlist. But most importantly, it notifies all your followers that you have a new song coming out, which is what I wanted. And so we're like, crap, man, like he contacted his people. It wasn't set up that way. I didn't understand it yet. And so I didn't realize I had set them up as a featured artist, not a primary. This is something that could have been changed in minutes. Could have just edited it, fixed it, changed it, and we could have fixed it, but I didn't know. And this is why the Bible says people perish for a lack of knowledge, right? That's why people perish. That's why artists perish. That's why I perished in this release. It didn't do as well as it could. Thank God I still leveraged that song, and we got it on radio. Did really well. It's got millions of streams, which is great. It was still a success, but it could have been an even bigger success if I had have just slowed down and maybe even given myself more time to change it, because sometimes we'll release a song or we'll schedule a song for release and we do it with the minimum amount of time. We only give ourselves like 3 weeks instead of like a month, right? Or even a month and a half to iron out the bugs like I had. And the other thing is, I think that like I just let it go. I should have figured it out. Like I feel like we didn't like rush this release, but I should have followed up with it harder, because it would have given it such a bigger bang and a bigger push if I had done it right. And for some of you, and even me, there's things, you want things, but then how hard are you really pushing for them? Like my biggest example is this: if you want to work with somebody and you only email them once, you only DM them once, like are you kidding me? Like I only looked at this problem on the surface. I didn't dig deeper. I didn't put another support ticket in. I didn't find the answer, and I could have found the answer that would have made my song way more successful. And so if you want to be successful in your career, you got to push through. Now, one of the things that we did to try and circumvent this song and make it a success, even though we released it, now that once it's released, I can't repitch it to the curators. Once the song is out there, you can't repitch it. So months later, once the album's fully out, because it was a single first, once the album's out, we're like, okay, let's do an acoustic version of this song. And then I'll set up the artist on the song as a primary artist, and then we'll pitch it again, and now his followers get notified, all mine. It'll help him, it'll help me. This will be a great success. But only one little problem. In between the time that I had released the song and did my thing, this artist did his thing, and he decided to sign with a good old record label that is supposed to help you out, right? Well, they wouldn't let me release the song with him as a primary artist because it would mess up with their release, even though I got like 1 million monthly listeners, which would help him as an artist more than anything that they're doing. They didn't see value in that, or didn't even offer to like, hey, maybe we can strategically put this out and maybe we'll still figure it out. So what did I have to do? I had to re-record the vocals of this acoustic version that I already had paid for, put my hard-earned money on, and had to just figure it out. And this is what I want to say to you guys out there. Sometimes you just got to figure it out. You got to push through. Like, it's not always easy. It's not always roses and daisies. I'm not always waking up to, always the best news. Sometimes it's hard news. But when you got that good news, you got to ride it. And you got to push through. If you want something to happen, I was saying to another one of my students today, I'm like, okay, what artists do you want to work with? Message them, email them, put it out there. Find out who it is you want to work with and hit them up. Go after it. You gotta be hungry. You only DM'd them once? Are you kidding me? DM them 3 times. Find their Facebook, find their Twitter, find their TikTok, find their email, find their manager, find their booking agents. Find a way to get in there. Knock on the door, and if nobody answers, kick it down. All right? You've got to be relentless if you want this dream. It's not going to be handed to you. And sometimes when you want to work with somebody, if you're just getting started, sometimes you got to pay to get there. You got to pay to open up that door. If you want a feature, if you want a collaboration, you're going to have to pay. You're either going to have to pay cash, you're going to have to pay publishing, you're going to have to pay a piece of the master, or you grow your fan base big enough so that it's an opportunity for them and not just an opportunity for you. Like you got to show that you're worth working with. And one of the best things you can do, whether you got a fan base or not, is bring a hit song. A hit song will open more doors than anything else. A hit song will open doors that no money can open. Because if you've written a hit song and somebody wants to be a part of that, they just want to be a part of it because they see the potential in the song itself, not just for a payday, because we didn't get in this just for money or just for streams. Like, the streams are the result of the songs written that touched people's hearts. You can't buy a fan base. You write amazing, incredible, heart-wrenching, heart-pounding songs that impact people that want to stream that song again. Oh, that made me feel a certain way. I want to feel that way again. And so we need to come back to the roots of why we're doing music. It's not for streams. It's not for just adoration. You get the adoration and you get the fan base because you made them feel a certain way. Your fashion, you dressed a certain way, your music video looked a certain way. With the music, with the images, the visuals, they're like, I connect with that. I resonate with that. We don't resonate with bots and robots. There's no fast way to the top. There's a faster way. And if you want the faster way, you get a coach. And that's why I have a Spotify challenge. 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge. You get a VIP ticket. You get to ask questions from me for 5 days straight. I charge over $1,000 an hour to coach with me. You get to ask questions every day. There's an hour Q&A before each of the challenge, right? So we have a Zoom video challenge, and it's broadcasted over Zoom, and it goes for 2 hours. But the first hour is for my VIPs to ask questions one-on-one, get feedback. But not only do you get to ask questions, you get to hear the questions that other artists ask that you might not have thought of, so you get to be in the room. And if there's anything I've learned from some of my mentors, Grant Cardone, Alex Harmozy, Russell Brunson, Brendan Burchard, you want to get in the room with people that are doing stuff, because you're rubbing shoulders against a different level of thinking, all right? And it stretches you. It causes you to think bigger and go for your dream, all right? So click the link below this video or go to 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge, and I'll see you there.
My name is Cynthia Locke, and I'm from Vancouver, Canada. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to Chris for putting on this Spotify challenge. I upgraded to the VIP for only $50 US, and it was just so incredibly packed with so much information. Like, I feel like I received so much valuable information, like way above the price that I paid, and it was just so impactful to see Chris show up every day. Like, he was there early, like he went on later to answer all of our questions, and there's just so many things that I learned.
Yo, Chris, what's up? Dave Clark here, aka Firstborn Son. Dude, day 2 was incredible. Thank you so much for all the knowledge you've bestowed upon us. Quick takeaway for me was that playlist hack. I think that's awesome. Find a great independent playlist, find the curator, find the contact, and bam, go straight to the source.
Hey guys, Paralai here. First and foremost, I want to say thanks, Chris, Manifest. Thanks for the great training today and for a great week so far. And also thanks to everybody who's taken the class. Thanks for being part of this journey with me. So my aha moments for today are hate is a part of success, so embrace the haters. Second one is it's crowded at the bottom but not at the top. And thirdly, life is not a dress rehearsal, okay? So I also wanted to show you what I've got on my wall here. One life, one chance, no regrets. And if you zoom in a little closer, future rock star. So hopefully that's a bit of inspiration for you guys. See you tomorrow.
I would like to have a testimonial for Chris. I had that week with him to grow the fan base on Spotify, and that was amazing. But when I say amazing, man, he gave all his heart to give us the most of him and the most for us to grow. And I thank you so much for all of that. And I was starting from really from scratch, and I have now so many things I know so many things, and I have to do so good stuff, and then I will go ahead with this guy because he's great, very good heart, and I love you, Chris. Thank you so much for all of that.